Well, hello, and how are you doing? I hope that wherever you are, you're doing well. Hope that you're happy and feeling good. Myself, my allergies are taking their physical toll on me. It's you can sort of hear it in my throat. I've got a bit of a sinus issue going on, so I will be taking some medication when I finish this and going to bed early because I'm not feeling 100% physically, and more to that, I'm not feeling 100% emotionally. Had a lot going on in the last little while. Some of it I'll get into, some of it I won't. But a friend of mine passed away a couple weeks ago, and it bothered me. We knew it was coming, but it's still, it still affects you. And I've been working an insane amount, and my work is about to change on me because my contract is not being renewed. So, as of June 17th, I don't know what I'll be doing. Now, oddly enough, I'm not unemployed because I'm employed by a company that contracts me to another company. And the company that I'm contracted to has decided to not renew. So they, like many companies, are looking to save $1, and that's what's happening. I've been told point blank that it's absolutely nothing personal, and that they love my work, but they're just trying to find more efficiencies. So I don't take it personally, but I do love what I do, and I love where I work, and the people I love with, I have a great amount of admiration and respect for, and I won't be seeing them anymore. So that's kind of tough to take. I don't know where I'll be on the 17th of June. I don't know who I'll be working for or what I'll be doing. It'll be hopefully related to what I am currently doing, because I cannot go back out into the field and do technician's work. I'm just too old, too tired, my body is too broken, my back is shot, my knees are done. I just can't do it anymore. And, that plays a part in your emotion when you know you're about to have a big change in your life. It also makes me question what my vacation plans, if they're going to go through. And I know this is first world problems, but last year's vacation got canceled, and the year before that got canceled. And I was hoping to be able to follow through this year. My vacation was supposed to start on July 5th at about 6 p.m. when I was going to board a flight to go to Calgary to see the Stampede for the first weekend and hang out with my buddy and see some friends and family. Do a little bit of networking while I was out there. But that's kind of up in the air now, because if I have to start a new position on the 17th of June, wherever I go, I don't know how excited they would be about having me gone for 3 weeks in July if I just start in a new position. So that's weighing heavy on my mind. And the last couple of days, I haven't been feeling good emotionally. And it's a Guinness 0. So not consuming alcohol, because when you're feeling like this, you should not be consuming alcohol. So stick to the 0. So yeah, some radical changes. Death of a friend, change of job, not knowing where my vacation, if it's going to even happen, if it'll get denied because I have to start a new position. That's troublesome to me. And yesterday, I found out something that I was not not aware of, not surprised by, but still shocked at the same time. You know how when Facebook pops up, Facebook memories. Flashed up a memory from about 10 or 11 years ago when a buddy came to visit from Vancouver. We grew up together. He was a good guy. I liked him a lot, and I enjoyed his company. And he was a bit of a loon, to say the least. And there's some good stories I could tell you, but I'm not going to do that here and now. But I discovered yesterday when his memory popped up, because I hadn't talked to him. And I'm like, when was the last time I talked to him? It's been a while. You know how the pandemic kind of put us all into a tailspin. And we lost touch with people because, well, for whatever reason. So I just went onto his Facebook page to check it out and discovered that he died in August of 2021. I didn't know until just yesterday. And that one hit me kind of hard, and that piled on to the whole. It's not one thing, it's 100 things. And I was feeling pretty low. I still am. Today was a very busy work day, but I was just feeling worthless. Now, I think a lot of that has to do with sheer exhaustion, because the anxiety was really running hot today. And the usual methods I used to defeat it with breathing exercises and taking my mind off of it just weren't working. On top of that, I've got sinusitis and a massive sinus headache that I've had since about 7 o'clock this morning. So, yeah, it's been a tough day. There was a moment during a meeting today where I had to excuse myself to take care of another problem, and on the way back from taking care of that problem, helping a client out, I was this close to just walking right out the door and going home, because I was feeling horrible about myself. I was feeling worthless and useless and unwanted, unneeded. All of the things that depression tells you about yourself, that you're no good, that nobody needs you, that no thoughts of self-harm, nothing like that. It was literally just, I just want to go home and crawl into bed. But I knew I couldn't do that. Because, let's face it, I have responsibilities, and even though the contract is coming to an end, I do want to leave with a very good impression. Because I could end up back there someday. That is my hope. So, the always darkest before the dawn, well, that's kind of where I'm at right now. In the darkness. So, excuse me. 1 second, please. So it's been, a rough couple of days. Had to go to the ER on Friday night. Not for me. And don't worry, everything's okay. But that's always a stressful situation, right? And, you go to the ER and it's nothing but pain and misery all around you. So you try and shut it out as best you can, but it can get to you. It's not, I'm not made of stone. I try and shut it out as much as possible. And of course, the entire time I was there, I had a raging migraine. So I got home from there and took Lola out for a walk at around 9 o'clock at night. And came back home and went to bed. It was a tough weekend. Did a lot of work on the weekend, though. I did get a lot of things sorted out, organized and taken care of, so there was a bit of a sense of an accomplishment there. But that, the emptiness, you feel it. Especially when, you learn suddenly to you, a childhood friend has passed away. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. And it's 3 years ago now, almost. So I'm not going to reach out to anybody to ask what happened, because, geez, I'd look like a terrible person if I did that. Anyway, yeah. So that's where my head is at right now. There's a couple other things, but, sometimes you guard what you say to a certain degree. I'm, feeling low, feeling down, feeling down and out. So I think coming on here tonight to talk about it could be somewhat helpful. Yes, and I got home from work and I cuddled with Lola on the couch, and then I took her for a long walk. Got caught in the rain. We had a thunderstorm. Got soaked. She's shaking off every 2 minutes, looking at me like, I don't like this. So, yeah. I think she's sitting on the couch right now. Let me see if I can pull her up on cam. Bridget's with her daughter tonight, so I'm sure I'm sure they're having fun. Oh no, I don't know where she went. She's probably crawled into my bed. I think my dog has crawled into my bed. It's funny. She's a good girl. And helps pick me up when I'm feeling down. And today was one of those days. Sometimes that's just how it goes with mental health. Even though I have good medication and I take care to examine my thoughts when I'm feeling them, sometimes they get away from you. Sometimes you can get wrapped up in your own pain. You fail to see that of others. And when that happens, and it does happen, it's just bad for everybody all around. So I think I'm feeling maybe a twinge or shade of guilt. I don't know if I've done anything wrong. Honestly, I honestly don't know. I've just been trying to manage the pain as best I can. And you don't want to be a burden on others. And that's one of the things about depression is you keep it to yourself, so you don't have or want anybody else to experience what you're going through. So it's been a tough couple of days. I know it's temporary. I do know that. I do know it's always darkest before the dawn, and that it will get better, and this too shall pass. I am aware of all of those things. Painfully aware of all of them. But, like any other person on earth, when you're in pain, even though you know it's temporary, it's hell when you're going through it. And you do the things you can to cope. Breathing exercises, some meditation, listening to good music, spending time with your dog if you've got one, or your partner if you have one. Not everybody does. Watching something that can make you laugh. So I'll be watching stand-up comedy after this to try and lift my spirits, because the thing about laughter, even when it isn't real, your body doesn't know that it's not real. And your body reacts to laughter the same way each and every time. Releases chemicals in your brain that make you feel better. So if you're feeling down and you don't know what to do, and you can't find a way out of the darkness, just sit and laugh. Find something silly to read or watch. Find something that will make you laugh, because it will pick you up. It will pull you out of the mud. It'll throw back the curtain of darkness and shine the light on you. I know I've lived it more times than I care to mention. And I thought it was mumbo jumbo the first time somebody told me that. So I went to a thing called laugh yoga with a friend when she knew I was going through a really rough patch. And I thought, this is ridiculous. This is stupid. Everybody in here is stupid. And that's how you feel when you're depressed. Everything is miserable to you. You can't enjoy anything. Depression robs you of joy. But by the end of that 90-minute session, I felt great. I had no pain. All my despair had gone. All the darkness and sadness had left me. All because I spent 90 minutes making silly faces and laughing. And I had a dear friend urge me to do it because she knew how much I was hurting. And it worked. It worked a miracle for me. I felt great for weeks afterwards. Of course, then the old brain chemicals come back, and if you don't be alert to what's happening, you can fall back into the same patterns, and things don't improve. So, I'm going to force myself to laugh after this. I'm going to force myself to watch something silly and laugh, even if it's not funny. Force myself to laugh because I know I'll feel better. It never fails. It always works. They say laughter's the best medicine. Well, when it comes to your emotional state, it absolutely is. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling anxious, if your mind is rambling off in 100 different directions, that's anxiety, by the way. Laugh. Take deep breaths. That'll help calm the anxiety. And then laugh. And laugh till your heart's content. Laugh until you cry. Laugh until you can't laugh anymore. And then take a deep breath and realize whatever that was is now gone. The veil of darkness has been lifted from your mind. And you can think clearly and act accordingly. It's hard to think clearly when you're in so much emotional pain. Couple it with a little bit of physical pain because of the chronic sinusitis and allergies. It really can contribute to making you into a bit of an arsehole, to say the least. And I don't want to be an arsehole. You know, somebody sent me a message the other day. And the message they sent, I'm not going to tell you what it said. But the way I interpreted it, and I don't know how else I could, really got me down. When I was feeling empty and worthless and I don't matter, I read a message from somebody that basically said that. And that was hard to take. 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, when you read a message from somebody like that, basically saying that you're not needed and you're worthless, and you're already feeling that way, it can really, it can be a big gut punch. Now, I tried to make light of the situation. I didn't lash out at the person. I said, sorry, this is just the way things are. You'll have to, accept it. Anyway. That was tough for me to take. I can hear the dog flapping. I don't know where she is, but when I can hear her doing her shake, she's got to be close by. Where is she now? Hang on, I'm just checking. Oh, no, she's standing at the bedroom door and making her way out. Past the bar. And perhaps she'll come in and sit down beside me, or is she going to crawl? Oops, wrong tab. Or is she going to crawl up onto the couch, which is what I think she's going to do. No, I don't know where she went. Silly girl. Dogs. We don't deserve them. They make our lives so much better, though, don't they? I know this doggo's done a lot for me. And I'm pretty happy about it. Even though I might not sound it. Oh, there she is. I knew she was close by. I could hear her. Could hear her nails on the kitchen floor. So that's where my head is at today. Feeling less than stellar. But, sometimes that's just, that's how life goes sometimes. Sometimes things don't work out in your favor. And for years I always thought, well, okay, things are going good now. When does it end? It always ends. But I don't live like that anymore. When is it going to end? When I got this news, I was like, well, nothing lasts forever. And that was my reaction. What else am I going to do? It's beyond my control. They're looking for efficiencies, and that's what happens. I'm a line item on a spreadsheet, and it's like, well, that's too much money. We'll just cross that one out there. And that can affect your self-worth, feeling of value, because you suddenly feel like you're of no value because you're too expensive. Except I don't get paid that much money, but my employer, anyway. I've discussed this before, and I don't want to get into it right now. But that's where my head is at today. The rainy weather, the rainy, drizzly weather. It's kind of chilly right now. Pollen count is extreme right now. Being pulled in 9 different directions, and there's pressure from everybody and everywhere, and everyone, and many things that need to be done. And I, feeling a little bit low on energy and strength right now to be able to give everybody what they need. Today was a difficult work day. I had a really hard time to get through it, but I managed to get through. And I managed to come on tonight, even though I promised this morning I would, so I decided I would follow through. But it was not easy tonight to do this because I really just wanted to, pull the covers over your head and ignore the world. Of course, I know that that's not going to fix anything. So discussing it can oftentimes help sort of self-analyze what you're going through. And I usually always feel much better after having this 30 or 45 minutes with you folks. And, tonight's no different, for sure. But, I'm going to be better tomorrow. And I'll be better the day after that, too. It's just, sometimes that's how life goes. Riding high on Monday, shot down in May. What about when it's a Monday in May and you're feeling shot down? No lyricist has a solution to that, I guess, eh? Anyway, my dear friends, thank all of you for coming out tonight. I'll read the messages later. I was not paying a whole lot of attention to the comments because I kind of needed to get this out as best I could. And I just wanted to try and give you some calming, soothing vocal intonations, because I don't think what I was talking about was calming or soothing, but I hope it helps somebody feel a little bit better somewhere, knowing that I do know what you're going through. If you're suffering, I know, because I feel it too, right now. I know it's temporary, but when you're feeling it, it's hell. But it is only temporary, and tomorrow will be a better day. Hey, every day above ground is a good day. Remember that. I'll bid you adieu. I'll see you soon. Take care.